guys! Welcome back to my channel. Happy holidays! I didn't want to say Merry Christmas because yes, I am uploading another video tomorrow on Christmas Day. Today is Christmas Eve, so I guess happy Merry Christmas Eve. But yeah, feeling super festive today. Although I might not really look like it, but I don't know if you guys can tell, but I did put a little bit more effort in my makeup. I put a little bit of gold glitter, but actually in my recent video, somebody noticed because maybe I was close to the camera. I don't know if you guys see. I'm excited for today. I am just going to hang out with some friends, eat some good food with family. I'm super excited, and I really hope that you guys are enjoying this holiday weekend, spending time with your loved ones. If you're not, spend time with me, watch my videos. But today is another Korean grilling day. I am doing something a little different with grilling still. Maybe not that different, it's just the meat. I'm using different cut of pork, but I am eating it with soybean paste sauce mix, and I want to leave everything in the description box if you guys want to know the recipe or the ingredients for it. But yeah, it's gonna be simple today and easy. So this is how it looks like. It's very sweet, so yeah. Okay, and I have some onions. Okay, let's put some onions on. Let's just do 2 onions. This is good. Do have some mushrooms. Right there. Okay. And I have some Korean chives and onions marinated with like pepper flakes, sugar and all. Everything will be in the description box. Yeah, you could marinate the pork first and then grill it, but I just didn't want to, if you grill anything that has any kind of sauce on it, it burns faster. So that's why I wanted to add it after they are somewhat cooked. So I'm just gonna leave it on right now. And I do have to cut it. And the frying pan is coated with sesame oil. And of course I have my rice. Somebody actually asked me why in my Instagram why they cut the onions like this when they grill. I really don't know why, and I think the only reason is because to keep the grilling surface more clean and easy, because if you mince it or like you cut it into cubes, it's gonna go everywhere, it's gonna make a lot of mess. But I think this way it just grills more evenly and it stays still. So that's what I think, but if anyone knows, please let us know in the comment box. I'm sure some people might want to know, but honestly I think that's the only reason, to keep it more neat without flying it everywhere. I am hungry. I'm just gonna eat some rice. I'm just hungry. This chives and onion mix, this is actually really good. It's like spicy, a little bit sour, and sweet. So I bought this really cute Santa Claus to wear tomorrow, and when I showed it to Tong, he just, I don't know, he thought I was the weirdest person ever, because the fact that it's really cute. It's a red one piece with a little bit of fur, and it comes with a little cloak. I'm really into that. I'm really into like immature clothing or kind of festive clothing. But I don't know, I guess some guys don't like that. I mean, Tong's not against it because he does weird stuff too like that. But before, I remember a friend telling me, I like girls who dress seriously. I'm like, what does that even mean? Like, okay then, I mean, it's not like I want you to like me, I just, because he kind of said it as if he was telling me, like he wants me to dress seriously. I'm like, dude, no, it's okay. I don't want to be liked by you. I think that's really another important thing. A guy needs to appreciate girls' taste or what girls like to enjoy, and vice versa, of course. Come on, cook faster. And I didn't season them just because I know a lot of people tell me if you're cooking meat, you have to season them. But I'm really not into that because it does make my meat a lot saltier, especially I'm eating with another dressing or if I'm marinating it like that. And you know, seasoning is not really for flavor and all, but still it does make it saltier for me. If I could put the littlest pinch of salt and pepper, and it just makes a huge difference. And I don't like that. I like my food a little bit more bland, on that, you know, more bland side than salty. Okay, like that. And I did tenderize the meat just a little bit, not as much as like pork cutlet, but just lightly. I'm gonna eat more of this chives and onion. But yeah, with the dress, I will wear it tomorrow on Christmas Day. And I might even wear it to the party. Looks yummy in my tummy. This looks amazing. Now I'm going to add the magic sauce. Just kidding. I'm just going to add the soy bean sauce. Be generous about it. They're just a bit longer. Yum. Okay. Push it to the side now. Okay, that works. Right? Okay, oh my gosh. And I also brought some lettuce and Korean peppers. I hope these are not spicy. Maybe I could eat it with the soy sauce, the soybean paste sauce. Not bad. Okay. Let's try one. Oh, this one's a lot of fat on it. Oh my god. Just as I expected, because you know, like, when you see something, and once you know the ingredients, you kind of know how it's gonna taste like. Exactly, kind of like not. It's not definitely. Honestly, it's not above and beyond. Maybe it's just my cooking, but it's definitely it meets the what I expected, for sure. Let's try it with the chives. Ooh. Oh no. Oh god. Everything's like super sweet. Oh, the onion is actually really spicy. Some rice. Oh, my tango sword is killing me because people are like, "You're eating black bean noodles. Why are you hissing?" Because I like kind of hiss when I something spicy. It's not because it was spicy, but it's hitting my tango sword. And it's just painful, but whatever. God. If you guys are a fan of sweet grilling or just sweet meat, definitely recommend this. Oh my goodness, it's so good. Just eat it with the sauce. This would have been a really good ASMR video. I'm such a little kid when it comes to food. I get so excited. What is that feeling when you're just like, oh, it tastes so good? I remember when I grilled these mushrooms before, someone asked me, shouldn't you flip them over? Actually, how, like, Korean people grill it, they leave it on, so it forms a little liquid in the middle. It's supposed to be like holy water, and it's supposed to make you really healthy. Okay, not that extreme, but it's supposed to be good for you, so that's how, just, I've been doing, what I've been doing. 뜨거. Grilling, it's such a 밥도둑. 밥도둑 is like the Korean kind of saying. It's not saying, but Korean literally means rice stealer. It just means that when you eat grilling, when you eat like Korean style grilling, you consume a lot of rice. And you could eat a lot of it. That's why you say 밥도둑. Like, those raw marinated blue crab? That's like the signature of 밥도둑, because they're good, but they're a little bit salty. They're on the saltier side. So you consistently eat rice with it, and you keep, I don't know, like for me, as far as I remember, last time I ate it, I ate like 5 blue crab, the whole blue crab, the raw ones, with like at least 3-4 bowls of rice. Just that. But I think this is amazing. Oh, it's gonna be a big bite. To me, making Korean food is so much cheaper than making like Italian or American food. Just because, like for example, today, all I had to buy was the chives and the lettuce and the meat, and that probably didn't even hit $15. Not even, maybe $12, because I already have onions, I already have mushrooms, and all the sauces I already have, like sugar, soy sauce, soybean paste. But I know that I could say that just because I typically make Korean food. I have all those things ready, like pepper paste, pepper flakes, soybean paste, soy sauce. I have it ready. You know, I can use it whenever I want. But for American food, you know, like I guess like some people just have like yesterday or 2 days ago. You know how I did the one pan pasta? I literally had to buy everything new because you know I don't have pasta at home. I don't have like the sausages at home regularly. But I don't know how American homes are like, but to me, I'm pretty sure that you guys will say, "Oh, Korean food is so expensive to make," but vice versa for me. I don't know, just thinking about that. Nothing. There's really no point of that story, but because I was just thinking, like, man, like making like pasta is so much more expensive than grilling, you know. But I feel like I know that a lot of you guys will say that about what I eat. Like, oh my god, whatever KEEMI like makes like Korean food that she makes so expensive to make, but you guys might not think about making like pasta or something. I don't know. I don't know. If you don't have Asian kitchen, what do you guys usually have in the stock? Like, for example, for Korean kitchen, it'll be, like I said, pepper flakes, pepper paste, soybean paste, sesame oil, stuff like that, kimchi. Like what do you guys have in your refrigerator that you have all the time? Whenever I'm eating lettuce, I feel like a camel or a cow because how they eat chew their grass or whatever. They kind of like I don't know. Oh, that was so ugly, but you know what I mean. I know somebody's gonna be like, "Oh, you are a cow," whatever. But I remember going to one of my one of my friends in elementary school, and she was not Asian, and she had really like traditional, very typical American home, and she just showed us around the house, and obviously we were in the kitchen too, and oh my god, her pantry was full of like chips, sauces, and cereals. It was stacked, okay? Like they had variety, they have each of everything. I'm just like, why can't my kitchen look like this? Because I feel like her kitchen, everything was kind of like ready to go, ready to eat. But when I see my mom's kitchen, it looks really empty because you actually have to cook to make something out of whatever she had at home. So I remember being so jealous because I wanted her kitchen. I wanted all the food. I wanted all the choice. But like my mom was just not into buying American food. And this is when like we were still getting used to America. And like from transitioning from Korea to America, things are for example, is very salty compared to Korea. Korea is more sweet. America is more salty. So I couldn't even eat Doritos in the beginning because when we went to Walmart, everyone was buying like it was Dominic's? I don't remember. But I see people getting Doritos. I'm like, okay, let me just try this, and I ate it at home. I'm like, how do you eat this? It's so salty. I remember that day. But years after I tried it again, I'm like, oh my god, this is good. You know, my within a couple years, my taste buds changed so much. Oh. Like when I had pizza in Korea, they were sweet. I mean, I like them, but they are a lot sweeter compared to like Domino's here, Pizza Hut. Even their hamburgers are sweet. Everything is sweet. It's either sweet and spicy, or sweet and I don't know, something. It's always something sweet. Uh, mm-hmm. I really want more rice. I need more rice. You know, in my last video, Food and Tail, you know those guys, Bo and Trinity, they actually, I don't know what, they just randomly asked me, it was super random too, if I like living in Korea and, or America better. And I said, I like both, and I think I wouldn't mind, like, I don't know, like, wherever if someone like picks me up and just throws me somewhere, Korea or America, I think I'll learn how to cope to each country, or wherever I'm thrown at, you know? Because, you know, like, everywhere, it's just not, yeah, America is a great place to live, you have so many opportunities, you know, but, you know, some things are just better in Korea than here. And vice versa. You know, I'm not saying which one is better, but when I used to live in Korea, things were a lot different than when I just recently visited Korea, you know? So I can't really say much. But it's not fair to say that, because I actually haven't lived in Korea recently, so I can't really choose. Well, I don't think I'll ever choose. I'll just go, you know, wherever I go. I mean, like, if some opportunity takes me to Korea, I'll live in Korea. If some opportunity takes me to England, New Zealand, Europe, Russia, Africa, India. I'm sorry, I can't name all the countries, whatever. But I'll go and I think I'll learn how to live there. But I'll come back here though. Just because it's my home. You know, I grew up here. But again, let's say I was born and raised in in Russia, being Korean, I'll get, I'll be used to that. Maybe even though I'm Korean, if I was raised somewhere in country number one, I'll still like living there just because that's how I learn stuff. And I'm used to people there, So I can't really say that which one I like better, but just things here and there. Like, let me just eat first. Because let's say that I was raised in Illinois and I visited, I don't know, Iceland, By the way, I really want to go there. But let's say I was born here, I was raised here, Illinois, and then I visit Iceland. I lived there for a year, and I tell people, oh, like I love, I love like Iceland, but I honestly wouldn't live here. I think Illinois is a better place to live. It's not fair, Of course, it's a better place. I'm used to here, and I'm comparing my standard is Illinois. And if things are different in Iceland, of course, I'm gonna feel a certain way. I'm gonna feel just different, and I'm gonna miss home. I will live in America because the streets are bigger, the roads are wider. There's more space for parking. There's more space on highway. The traffics aren't honestly that bad compared to Korea. But Korea, I would live in Korea just because I would love to shop. I would love to buy things, cute things for reasonable price. The food is amazing there. It's super affordable to buy food. No. But one of the reasons why I would live in America, I'm not saying that that's not my answer, but all my reasons would be because America is so big. It's such a big country. We have a lot of land. And that's another reason why I would love to live here. And I am living here, It's such an animal loving country. You guys know how much I love dogs, animals. You see so many dog parks. And it just majority of people really love pets. And whenever, like for example, whenever Ame runs away and he runs to this like other neighbor, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. I'm like yelling across the field, across the street. Oh, I'm so sorry. He's really friendly though. They're like, oh, it's okay. He's so cute. Every single time. I never had a situation where people are like, oh my god, I'm so scared of the dogs. Oh my god, please no. I never had a situation like that. Everybody really loves dogs. That's my experience. It might be different for you. But I will say this though. Ame is a very large dog, and somebody actually told me that if I didn't know this dog and if I didn't know that he belonged to you, I'll be scared at first. I'm like, really? Because to me, even before I got Ame, when I looked up Samoyed, they look so nice and so gentle. You know, I could tell by their eyes, and you can just tell. But I guess some people, just think that they will be scary because they're a large dog. But it's different for everyone. But I remember visiting after I graduated U of I visited my sister this one summer, and this was when Ame was pretty full grown. And this was summer break, so not a lot of people were there. And I was in the our main campus, pretty big. Usually, from what I remember, usually people have their dog off leash, and they were just like kind of playing with the dog. And also, that's what I did. Because first of all, nobody was really there. I see like 3 people on the campus. So I had Ame off the leash and just playing around. We're playing fetch, whatever. And he saw these 2 girls. I'm guessing they're international students, but they were just like I guess they were taking some summer school. I don't know, but they were there, and Ame sees them. Ame sprints towards them because he wants to say hi, but these girls started crying. I'm just like, oh my god, I am so sorry, and they were kind of started screaming like, no, get this dog away! Oh my god, no. I'm like, okay, well, he's like he would have bit you already if he was gonna bite you, but he was like wagging his tail. He had his tongue out. Samoyeds, they look like they're smiling. So I was kind of getting offended the fact that they were so like, more than they seem scared, they seem really like, I don't know, disgusted. I don't want to say disgusted, but I don't know. They just didn't. They seem just more than being scared of the dog. I mean, I don't blame them. Some people are just not, into pets and all. And Ame is a large dog, but usually my experience with other people interacting with Ame, they love him. That's what I like about here. But when I visited Korea, it was really hard to see a large dog. People are always walking Pomeranian or Chihuahua. That's the 2 dogs that I saw the most in Korea. And whenever you go to a pet shop, where they sell, cats and dogs, they're all small. I'm talking about small breeds. I'm not talking about like a puppy golden retriever in a crate, but I'm talking about Chihuahuas, French Bulldog, Yorkie, Pomeranian. So, and I kind of like having a large dog over a small dog. That's just my preference. But I could see why in Korea they prefer small dogs, because usually the apartments are smaller. Maybe they don't have that many dog parks, And I could see the landlords being kind of picky about it, raising a large dog, and it'll be really limited to go anywhere. So yeah, those are my reasons. There's so much more, but I can't pick. I like both countries. Both of them have good and bad. Dang it, do I need more rice? Jeez. I'll try something. Okay. Ooh. These guys up. Okay. Let's cut these. But I must say though, it's easier to live in Korea if you're Korean. Like, I'm gonna just put it out there. But definitely you just have better experience and better just living if you're Korean and if you speak good Korean. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay. So I've udon noodles and let's see how this tastes. Okay, nobody has done this yet, so it might taste like shiz, but I mean, I don't know why it would taste bad though, you know? Ooh, this looks good. It's because I want to add a little bit more noodles. Noodles. Somebody actually wanted me to talk about my life, and I don't know, there's really not much. Right now, after the trip, I am focusing on making videos and losing weight. And I do say this a lot, but when I exercise, I just 80% running. I like to be on the treadmill. Listen to some good music. Just run off all that rice and meat. Oh yeah, but let me add one more thing. You know, one thing that people don't like about Korea is that especially if you go to like, ride the subway or just general anywhere, people seem like they're always in a rush. They're always fast paced, and that's one of the things that people tell me about, and they don't like that. And personally, like, don't get me wrong, I did have a hard time in the big when I like the first day because I wasn't used to that. But once I just picked it up the next day, it was like my thing. Like, I'm a very impatient person. I always have to do some stuff in my pace, and it's usually pretty fast. I do things really really quickly, and I like that. I feel more productive that way, and it's not always the case here. Not complaining, but it's just the way I see it, and it's what it is. And Korea, I love how everyone is super fast because I felt like I was just blending in really well. And that's something, depends on what you're looking for and depends on what kind of personality you are. You just like one country better than the other. But being a Korean, I mean, I do love Korea, so. Like, people say, but this might sound really materialistic and shallow, but it's pretty 99% true. This is really good, by the way. If you're rich, you'll be happy anywhere. Money does a lot of things, and I'm not It's not like I always wanted to be rich. I always want that's not my dream. It's not my dream. It will never be my dream to become rich and have a lot of money. But you know, you grow up and you see stuff around you. You see stuff on TV, people you meet. If you have money, you can go anywhere and you can be happy. So if you want to be happy, or if you want to be happy, so if you want to be happy anywhere, either make a lot of money, shit ton of money, or just be happy with what you got. You know, you just have to learn how to make best out of everything. I think this is one of my favorite saying. You can't wait for the happiness to come to you. You have to go find it. And that is, oh my god, that just stuck with me this whole year. And I'm glad it did. It helped me out a lot. So hopefully it can help one of you guys too. You have to go find your happiness. Because when I started my vlogging channel, I heard people say, actually one of my like friends told me that, you know, it seems like they have such a perfect life. You know, her, KEEMI, and Tong, it seems like they're so happy together and like nothing is wrong in their life. It's perfect. I mean, no. You have no idea like what we went through and what we're going through. You guys have no idea. And something that is too, you know, I'm very open on YouTube and I tell you guys almost everything. You know, like I can talk about, you know, like more kind of personal stuff. I don't mind, but this is just way too private for us to talk about. For me to talk about. Maybe in the long run, I'll tell you guys, and I will actually later. Holy crap, this is so good. No, it's definitely not my place to say, but just in general, you know, Tom grew up with a couple of obstacles in his life. I didn't. But after I graduated college, I faced so many obstacles, so many challenges and stuff that nobody taught me before, you know? So I made a lot of mistakes. And I think that's how you just grow up and learn. Man, this udon is so good. Oh my goodness. I'm not even kidding. This is so freaking delicious. I added more noodles because it is too saucy. I want it to be a little bit more bland, so I added more noodles. That's good. I think, I have hope, so that's why I'm not like super sad. Or actually yesterday or 2 days ago, Tong told me how he has a job during the day. He works in the office, and at night he helps out at a restaurant. And 2 days ago, he doesn't work like that every day, but a couple times a week. And yesterday or 2 days ago, he actually told me, I'm sad. I feel kind of really super down. And I asked him later why. When he got home, we talked about it. And it's because, when you're in office, you sit on a chair. It's a desk job. And if you sit on a chair in front of a computer 8 to 9 hours a day, and by the time you're ready to go home, it's super dark out, but you know that you have to go to another job. That's so. Even thinking about it is sad. So I feel really bad for him. So I made him some good food, and some drink. Got some. He bought it, but we had some drinks and yeah. So anyone who's watching, who works in an office and sits in front of a computer 8-9 hours a day, seriously, it's really hard. I think sitting for that long in front of one thing for a whole day sometimes it's just more difficult than walking around, seeing different stuff, talking to other people. I think that is sometimes better than just doing one thing for 8-7 hours, 8-9 hours. That's why I think maybe, this is not that comparable, but you know how I used to work at a nail shop? And oh my gosh, I wanted to kill myself because I had to stare at some random strange people's feet all day. Well, my shift was 9 to 7 p.m. All day I'm looking at their feet because if you are kind of new to a nail shop, you start with pedicure and then you move on to manicure because you have to be better. You have to be really good to do people's hand because they look at it more than their feet. So you start off with pedicures and oh my gosh, more than just being disgusting. Yeah, some people have really disgusting feet, but that's given. But staring at someone's feet all day, oh my gosh, I just wanted to just give up because it's not even like you're in a comfortable position. You're not sitting on like a $300 chair. You sit on this little stool with wheels, and you have to crunch up and just stare at a toe for freaking like 9 hours. And I heard that being a dentist, like I was looking at like highly rated, highly suicidal rates for different jobs, and dentist was one of the higher ones because they have to stare at a little hole for their entire life, their job, their career. So I heard dentists have kind of like a higher suicidal rate. Let's come in my last bite. Oh, jeez. I have a spoon. I don't know. Oh, gosh. I think the rice could have tasted really good too. Yeah, I'll end it with some water. Oh, this is good. Alright guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video today. I hope you guys get to try it out. If you guys do, tag me on Instagram. And have a great Christmas Eve. And I will definitely see you guys tomorrow on Christmas Day. Also, check out my description box to enter the giveaway. It's not international, I'm sorry, but you get to win just a couple of kitchenwares that I've been using lately, like a frying pan, a wok. Perfect for deep frying stuff. And a pretty red pot and a rice cooker. So if you guys want to win any of them, go like them on Instagram, Facebook, and check out their website for more in detail. And subscribe, give it a thumbs up, and I will see you guys next time. Bye! Thanks for watching.